Zach finna go to therapy as well as try to win Fatima back, y'all. These are the spoilers for the second half of season 2 of Tyler Perry's Zatima, as well as thoughts and predictions. Okay, so Zach, the whole rest of the season 2, it says basically that Zach's supposed to be trying to win Fatima back. Unfortunately, it doesn't say if he actually slept with Connie or not. Of course, they're not gonna give us the good stuff, the thing we want to know the most, if they slept together. They don't say that yet. They basically say on every little episode synopsis they got that Zach is trying to win Fatima back. Fatima has to decide if she's gonna take him back. Okay, so the first thing they got, Zach and Fatima are left dealing with the fallout after what happened with Connie. What happened or didn't happen, because we don't know yet. We don't know yet if they actually slept together. Bryce tries to fix things between him and Zach. Look, I knew he wasn't done with it. I said, look, if they gonna do business together, Zach gonna eventually have to talk to him anyway. So yeah, is this something y'all can move past? If you tell them not to do it again or what, or is this something that you just feel like no? And that's why I did that separate video. Where I said Calvin for Sisters owns a real estate company and everything. Could they possibly do business together? Because at this point, Zach got to be very mindful of the people he does business with as well as does life with, because it matters. And I feel like he keeps seeing it. But yeah, it's a bunch of stuff in this spoilers that I'm like, okay, like, is this legit or just another con? Because they said Nate's supposed to apologize. Jeremiah, they supposed to be trying to help Jeremiah with something. Okay, so Bryce tries to fix things between him and Zach. Zach tries to fix things with Fatima. Fatima misses Zach, but she realizes she has more options than Zach. I said, no. I seen one spoiler that said she goes out on a date with Paul. And I said, oh my goodness. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is why he should have communicated with her. I said, what if he did? I don't think he did, but at the same time, if he did sleep with her and they saying that she has to decide if she's gonna get back with him, I'm like, okay, I don't know. We don't know yet. And again, these are just spoilers. It may come true, it may not come true. But it says Zach tries to fix things with Fatima. Although Fatima misses Zach, she realizes she has more options. Paul is one of her options. Zach goes the extra mile to get Fatima back, to win her back. Jeremiah and Gladys, that's Zach's brother and his mama, reveal themselves, their true selves, to Zach during his time of need. I said, figure, it's like, okay, um, I excuse his mama's behavior in a sense because of the fact that she's an addict and she needs help and all that. So of course she's gonna try to come get money from him. She's gonna try to do all this stuff. I wanna know what's Jeremiah's story. Like, what is it about him? And they supposed to have a family emergency. They gotta mean Gladys, right? That's the only thing I can see. Something very bad possibly happens. That's what I'm saying. Okay. But yeah, they said Jeremiah and Gladys both revealed themselves to Zach during his time of need. Zach comes up with a plan to get Fatima back. Look, he said, I got it. These people don't mean me no good. Fatima actually cared about me and all this stuff. But she gonna have to realize on her end too, it's not just Zach. Because, the first half of season 2, we've seen her study say how it's only Zach. Zach's the one with the problem. He's the only one that need help. If she doesn't, it still ain't gonna work. If she doesn't say, like, okay, I had faults. It's not just that she gets quiet before she responds, because again, like I said in one of my reviews, sometimes it's better to get quiet, because if you don't, you're gonna say something in a moment, in the heat of anger. In the heat of anger, I don't think this is that how they say it, when you angry and stuff, and you can't take it back once it's been said, and then they look at you like, okay, you meant that. Not necessarily. They could have just really been angry and said something that they didn't mean. So it's good that she processed things, but I think it's deeper than just that. She don't share everything about herself, and she don't tell things like when Paul actually was interested, she didn't tell that. It's like, it's a bunch of stuff. Like I said, they'll have one thing happen to them and they don't even address. They don't get a chance to address it, because next thing you know, here come they dealing with the danger girl. They dealing with their parents. Their parents. They dealing with their friends. They just a bunch of stuff coming to try to break them up. And I was like, until they realize that and build a stronger foundation, it's gonna forever be rocky. It's gonna forever be on quicksand. Okay. Zach comes up with a plan to get Fatima back, and he puts that plan into motion. Angela rethinks her actions when it comes to Bryce. I told y'all they wasn't done. I don't know what that means. It could mean anything. But I told y'all, I said, I don't think they done. I said, the way she was talking to my son, if it was just me, you, and another guy, and she's like, but you couldn't be touching on his butt. I said, what, girl? I said, now if you into that kind of stuff, it'll be different. But you just said you don't like that type of stuff. But you over here talking about if he couldn't be touching on his booty. I said, wait a minute now. I said, make up your mind. Now, if you into that type of stuff, then y'all both into it, then I don't see the problem. But if you ain't into it, you can't force yourself to be into nothing because eventually it's gonna reveal to be too much. But yeah, they said she gonna rethink some of her actions when it comes to Bryce. And this came from it was an article. What is it? BT something, BT Press or something like that. But again, spoilers don't always turn out to be true, y'all. But yeah, Angela rethinks her actions when it comes to Bryce. When it came to Bryce. Zach goes to therapy. I said, woo. I said, yes, but Fatima should be right along there in there with him. I said, Dr. E seemed legit. I said, hopefully he is, because at this point they don't seem way too many crooked people as it is. But it said he goes to therapy. He sees that therapy is actually helping him and it's helping his fight to get his lady back, helping to get Fatima back. So I said, okay, yes. I hope we get to see it. We actually get to see it versus they saying, oh, I've been in therapy, but we ain't seen you in therapy. So we just got to take y'all word for it. But yeah, it said Fatima finds out news about Deja that shocks her. I'm wondering, is it the fact that she's trying to sue him? I mean, sue her. Well, sue both of them. Because she said she was suing Fatima. Then she said she gonna see both of them in court. I mean, that could mean that she knows that he gonna be there with her, but I think she was saying she gonna sue both of them. And then she brought up Zach having money and all this stuff, and I was like, well, that probably was her plan all along. And I wonder if it's gonna be revealed if that actually was her plan all along to sue him. But yeah, Fatima told him. But yeah, it says Fatima finds out news about Deja that shocks her. I'm guessing because we haven't actually seen on screen Zach tell her that Deja talking about suing. So either she gonna get served or Zach gonna tell her that Deja's trying to sue her. So we just gotta wait and see. An unexpected person gives Fatima and Zach relationship advice. Fatima plans to discredit Deja. I said that won't be hard to do. I'm sure she got another target. She done had. It's just like with hating on sisters. I said, look, all they gotta do is get together their resources, ask around. I'm sure that ain't the first time he's done what he's currently doing to Zach and Fatima. Look, they got to deal. I forgot about him. They got to deal with hating as well. It's just so much they got to deal with at one time that's trying to stop them from being together. So if your foundation is not your foundation, if your foundation is not strong, of course people on the outside gonna see, oh, they shaky. They just believe it like that without no evidence, or if they do provide evidence like that fake picture that Angela had. It's like they don't question it. They just automatically assume the worst. Nothing. Like she could have easily went to him and asked. But what else did they got? Let's see. Yeah, I already said Fatima plans to discredit Deja, which won't be hard to do. I know I was saying now about Deja because, like I said about Hayden, if they go to ask around, somebody knows something. That ain't the first time that Hayden has done that. I'm sure it's not the first time Deja has done something like that. Discredit her, or maybe get evidence that she mad because he won't sleep with her, and she's trying to not pay her rent. And I wonder if they can, okay, if they reveal that because she's trying to sue them and everything because what Fatima did. If they get evidence that she's been trying to sleep with him and she just don't want to pay her rent and all this stuff, can they make her pay the rent, or can they evict her for? Cause you know how if the roles were reversed and Zach was the one putting the moves on her and everything, and she didn't want it, and she could be like sexual harassment, right? So if there's a way that the manager, the landlord, or somebody can do that as well, if you put moves on them, I wonder. I need to look that up because I want to find out. Because I was like, is there a way to get her out of buy her out of the lease? Is it called buying them out of the lease or something? To get her from next door? But who's to say she won't link up with Belinda and all these other folks? Who knows? Then you gotta think about, wasn't Belinda the one who did she show Angela that picture of Deja on Zach's lap? Yeah, cause I think she was the one that took the picture. Do they know each other? Cause then she was like, her homegirl works somewhere, and that's how she got the other picture or video of Fatima with Sean and Angela. So I'm like, okay, it's more to this story. But let's see. Fatima has to decide if she will take Zach back. Fatima has to decide if she will take Zach back. Yeah, Zach gets upsetting news. Guessing that's in relation to the family emergency. Belinda confronts Nate. It says. Okay, Belinda confronts Nate, and she's telling him, it says that she's supposed to be telling him he too honest and open. And I was like, what's she talking about? Is she talking about in regards to his marriage, or is she talking about in regards to Zach and like saying stuff about Zach and telling probably about if it is about Zach now, about how he just openly says that stuff about Fatima and stuff versus hiding it. And I said, look, how did he end up linking up with her anyways? Like, I don't understand. Probably because they share too much and know too much. Let's see. Fatima has to decide if she's going to support Zach during a family emergency because, again, Zach has a family emergency. I'm guessing it has to do with his mama because in the next synopsis, they talk about excuse me, they talk about how him and Jeremiah gonna be butting heads or whatever about Gladys. But yeah, Fatima has to decide if she's going to support Zach during a family emergency. Bryce has to warn Zach about the business. Something about the business. He gets shocking news. Everybody gets shocking news too. That's all they got throughout the synopsis. Shocking news, shocking news. Zach and Jeremiah disagree when it comes to Gladys, their mother. They bump heads about, I guess, what to do with her. I'm guessing the family emergency is her. Maybe she got sick or overdosed or something. Nate apologized to Fatima. And I said, look at that. Nate Young finally apologized to Fatima. I still wouldn't trust it. I still don't think. Look, this the thing. I feel like in some cases, apologies can start the process. I won't say it completely erase what you did, because I feel like you're gonna always remember what somebody did or said or how they felt. They say how they felt or whatever. But I feel like in some cases, apologies can start the process of, restoration. But in Nate's case, it says he apologized to Fatima. They don't say if him and Zach ever conversate about what he did or how far he was willing to go to break him and her up. They don't say that, you know. And it has to be something within Nate. Just he unhappy in his own marriage, and then he said something about some Zach change and this and that. Okay, but I keep saying it. If you saw how Zach was, and he keep telling everybody, or we know how he was, or how he operated, not just how he treated women, but just how, the stuff with his mama and all this stuff, and you knew him during that time. How can you say you want him to go back to that low place or that place where he was constantly reminded of, the bad times and just struggling and on his bike and just all this other stuff? Like, why would you want him back down there? And then it brings up the conversation that Dr. Reed and him saying, because he was like questioning Dr. Reed. He was like, are you saying that I only had this stuff because of her? And he was like, no. But, he told him why he said that. So I'm like, okay, I don't think Nate is worthy of restoration. I think that's a situation where it's like, okay, I accept your apology. I understand that's your boy, this is yada, yada, yada. But you just, I don't know. I guess it's just the way they write this. It cut off. I guess this is the way they write this stuff. But it's like, I don't know. Do y'all think that there's anything he could do that Nate could do at this point that will make him redeemable as well as Belinda? But this is a show, and more than likely, everybody gonna be back cool with everybody. But I just don't think that in a real life situation, you should open that door back. If somebody look, they to keep on doing this stuff, and you already done told them, and they continue to do it. I don't know. I just feel like he would do more. Like if they was in the same career field and they both was up for a position, he was not self-sabotage. He would sabotage him or something. I don't know. Maybe it ain't that deep. Cause I be observing this stuff. So I don't know. Maybe it's not that deep. But it said Nate apologized to Fatima. It says Zach and Fatima not truly. Zach and Fatima try to get Jeremiah to accept their help. I don't know what they talking about, but they say, yeah, they gonna try to get him to accept their help. Bryce has to find out why the company is having money problems. And I said, already? Look, it's probably because you over here signing. Zach told you how many times he didn't have the money for. I don't know if Zach was being honest or he just didn't want to work with Bryce or what. But he kept saying how he didn't have the money, and Bryce like, oh, I could go to Gary and all this other stuff. So I was like, maybe he actually didn't have the money. But yeah, they having money problems, and I was like, okay, this gonna be a whole nother situation. And I wonder on Sisters if the inside trading thing gonna ever, not just on that, because I think on the beginning of Zatima season 1, they had brought it up as well. So I'm like, okay, will they come back up the storyline with the inside trading, or is it done for? But yeah, in regards to the Nate thing, I don't know, but it does say he finally apologized to Fatima. I think they said during a moment of clarity. I don't know if he gonna see just like how she has his back. I don't know if he gonna see what him putting Connie up to be with Zach, how it backfire and everything. I don't know, but it said he has a moment of clarity and he apologized to Fatima. I feel like she'll be like, oh, okay, because she still don't see Angela is a flip flopper like Tony. Look, everybody, I don't know. I think they is gonna try to do a storyline where they don't even address it fully. They just be like, oh, they gave you an apology, so it's okay. It's fine. As long as you say you sorry, then you must be sorry. No real actions behind your words. But we gonna forgive you, and we gonna forget that you over here did all this extra stuff, made a fake page and just a fake dating site thing, and told my location and put me in danger and put my relationship in jeopardy and all this other stuff. But y'all, that's all they got for I think it goes up to episode 20, so it's 11 through 20. But yeah, y'all let me know down below what y'all think of these spoilers. Also, if you want to know what, I'm gonna try to find the link again, but I think it's on BT Press or something like that where they got the synopsis. And again, it doesn't mean that it's gonna be true. This is just what they got on there. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, check out my other videos on my channel. Have a great rest of the day. Be safe. Deuces.